theme of this whole event is controlling the narrative. In order to control the narrative, we have to adjust our mindset. So it's good that we come out and collaborate with one another. Meet some people that you don't automatically know. Just let's get into the mix. Let's talk to each other. One thing that we really need to keep in mind, I think I spoke a little bit about this earlier, is ancestral relationships, right? The strength, our true strength, is in our ancestors. It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. Our ancestors, we know that they're survivors. We know all the trials and tribulations that they went through. They didn't do this so we can come here and endure hard times, be disjointed, and continue to let the system have its way with us. Now is the time for us to take charge and to control our narrative. And the way to do that is to go back, have that Sankofa moment. Sankofa, that's the term that means we need to look back toward yesterday and pull back those good things that made our ancestors successful, bring those values and systems forward so we can utilize them today to plan a successful future for our generations, for our upcoming generations. So I'm here representing the Talking Drum Network. A part of that is Ashe Radio. And a part of that, we have a young lady here who teaches African dance. Now, dance is something that as a people we've always enjoyed. We have always enjoyed. But do you know that there's a dance that we can perform to help bring healing to our bodies and to those who we love to? There's dances we can utilize to help control and to marshal those energies for our own betterment. And I want to introduce you to someone who can tell you a little bit more about dancing and the program that she has or in the process of starting. And then following that, I have Dr. Sufisha Hill with us today, and she's going to share with us a little bit about the value, the importance of culture. Okay, so if you would, I want to introduce Cassandra. Come and share with us a little bit about the dance.
Thank you. Sufisha? Dr. Sufisha? Okay, I remember your face. Yeah, I do West African dance. I used to work with, or I still work with BK Bandankoro in Dallas. We're doing a reunion alumni event May 29th in Dallas. You have to look on Bandankoro's page for the information. My company is called Bade Dance, B-A-H-D-A-E. Bade is a Susu word from Guinea, West Africa. Bade means to love yourself, and a lover of the ocean. Has two different meanings. So I took it on for the ocean meaning because I love the ocean. Also been to Africa, I've been to Guinea twice. And for anybody who's been or anyone who hasn't been, it is for us as a people to go. I grew up in the hood in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I never thought I would ever go to Africa, but it changed my life. We understand how we move, how we dance, how we shout, how we like seasonings, just so many different things that I learned from that trip, from that experience, and cried like a baby when it was time to go because I felt like I belonged there. More so than anywhere on this planet, Africa felt like I was finally home. It's a freedom that I never felt before, so definitely for the black men, it's a freedom that I know that y'all have never felt before until going over there. If I felt that way as a woman, and I know we're connected, but men have it different and black men have it different in this country. So it is for y'all to go for sure. It's for all of us to go, but just wanted to put that out there. Instead of, if there's some money that y'all can save to go, Guinea, I have some friends over there who would love for you to stay at their homes. They don't even charge you, they'll feed you. But I just wanted to put that out there that West Africa is a place that we all need to visit if we can. It's so good for your soul. So, but also just getting back to the dance, I've worked with kids in Dallas and the Fort Worth area. I've taught them the Susu that I know. They've learned greetings. They've learned sentences that I've learned in Susu. And again, that's a language from Guinea, West Africa. We've gone to New Orleans for a few trips where they were fully funded by myself. Let's see. We've gone to New Orleans for dance events, dance conferences for youth. We didn't go last year, of course, because of COVID. And on the way there, we do things that are educational. So it's not just dance. We learn, once we get to New Orleans, we learn about the architecture, things that would be different for what they see here in Dallas. So it's an educational trip too. They learn about the freeway systems, the interstate, not the GPS, that can basically tell you where you need to go, but they learn how the freeways work, so they'll be able to know that for themselves, to think for themselves. So just different things that I like to do with the youth. And again, they do know basic Susu. So if and when they do go, they'll know how to greet someone in that language. And I guess that's it. Thank you.
Time left, y'all.
Right,
Well, we got a little bit of time left. A couple of hours left. Y'all just
now
come out.
I want to introduce to y'all, or reintroduce Dr. Specia Hill. Ask if she would come forward and just share with us on the importance of culture. You know, here in the United States, they teach us Caucasian values. They teach us how the Caucasian method on how to do things. It doesn't always work with us. This is one of the things that I've got from listening to Cassandra. When she talked about her trip to Africa, she learned the reason why we like certain spices, the reason why certain things work so well with us. That's all a part of our culture. You cannot learn culture from somebody who has never walked a foot in your shoes. So culture is very important for all of us to know. If it wasn't, why do you think the establishment would not want you to learn your true history? Something to think about. And I'm going to want to introduce you to somebody, allow Dr. Hill to speak and just share with you a little bit about culture, so we can all have a different mindset as it pertains to the things that make us go home.
Asante sana baba. Alethia! Habari gani? Jambo! What's up, y'all? I'm selected. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
That's what I'm talking about. How's everybody doing this beautiful day? This beautiful day. Y'all just fine. I'm saying fine, beautiful, handsome. Just basing in this blackness. And thank you to Ra, the sun coming down on us. I just thank you, Baba, so much for landing. I am Sister Dr. Safisha Nzinga Adeleke Hill. I am a goddess because I'm a child of God. I am a warrior because that's what the ancestors gave me. Whether I wanted to be or not, I had no choice because I came out like this here. And I'm still doing it. Stop landing. I'm always in trouble because I'm always speaking. But you know, I tell my students, closed mouths don't get fed. You know, that's the African proverb. Ask for what you want. We have to recognize who and whose we are. See, because some people get a little funny when I say I'm a goddess. What you mean? If I'm a child of God, does it make me a goddess? Because I see gods and goddesses out here. We have to understand who and whose we are. We are the mothers of civilization. See, folk don't realize, some do, that black women, we are everybody's mom. We are the only creatures who can, something come out of us that don't look like us in color. Becky can't do that. She gotta have Leroy to help her. But see, me and Baba can make a baby and it come in any kind of shades. Check those ears out, it's gonna get a little darker. And if we do what we're supposed to do, if we believe in who we are, if we honor our ancestors, if we call on the ones to guide us, we're gonna be all right. See, because we were not supposed to last this long. You understand me? We are still here despite everything that our ancestors went through, and we don't always understand. Can you imagine? You're here in the African village and you're having a good time, and here they come taking you for all of your value. We survived the bellies of the slave ship. Those of us who are here. Because not everybody did. The Atlantic Ocean is lined with the bones of our ancestors. But we here because our ancestors, our blood, survived it. Then they survived life on the plantation. They survived, and not everybody did, but we did because we still here. Did they survive Reconstruction? They survived the new era. They survived civil rights. And here we are, in the Black Power movement still surviving. And it's important that we know who and whose we are, because we got these babies that we have to teach. And yes, we send them to public school to be misinformed. But if we don't know who we are, how can we teach our babies? If we don't know our greatness, how can we teach our babies? You know, see, I'm a little off because I'm that sister who will see that sister in the grocery store with her baby. And when I say, oh, your baby's so cute, she said, they bad. Sister, stop. What did you do to make your children bad? I did this before. Stopped the sister. Corrected her. Sister, why don't you say first thank you? And then say they're smart. They're creative. They're amazing. Because when she said they're bad, the babies got a little sad. And I pulled to the side. I said, sister, I know you don't know me, but look at your baby. Let's try this again. I stepped back. I walked up. I said, your babies are so pretty. She said, thank you. And they're smart. And you should have seen the babies' faces just light up. We have to speak positive energy into each other, and especially in our babies. Because there's so much damage. See, we are all suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. Look around and see how we treat each other. Nigga, dog, bitch, and hoe. Really? You may call me queen. Because that's what I am. We can't take a word that the oppressor forced on us and then pretend it means something else. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we speak the positive energy into each other. Let me ask, how many of you have your own Black Studies library? Anybody? 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 Go on up to Doc Bookshop. Start your library for your babies and for yourself. Because I know you know where it is, right up the street, right? Right. Start your Black Studies library. There are two books that I always have my students to read. The first one is The Education of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Written in 1933. And you'll think that it was written yesterday. So make sure you include that, The Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. The second book is Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Dr. Naeem Akbar. Let's say that again. Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery. Because, see, we still messed up from the neck up. We got those chains on our brains. We can't move our feet because our brain is like this and we can't go nowhere. So make sure that you read these books. They're quick reads. And when you read particularly Breaking the Chains, you're going to say, oh, you will start questioning stuff. You'll start questioning, and that's a good thing. Last thing I want to say is that if any of you work in the miseducation system, you already know that there are efforts to prevent teachers from teaching the truth because they don't know what critical race theory is, and they're signing these bills to say you cannot teach the real history of your people because that's going to make Mr. Charlie, Miss Ann look bad. We don't want them to look bad, so just skip over all of that. When you learn, you teach your babies at home. Each one teaches. Everywhere you go, you teach somebody something. And when you do, those minds will start opening up. And when you look at next year, this is going to be standing room only because we won't be scared to be with us because Charlie got us scared to be with us. And you must always speak the truth. I want to end by saying again, thank you. All praises to the one and the ones. Always stay positive. Know that you are beautiful. You are fabulous. Know that your Black power is not just your beautiful melanin, but it's that economic power. It's that economic power. It's that political power. It's that educational power. And it's that gun power too, because you got to defend yourself. Can I get it right on? Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Ashe.
All right, all right. We want to thank Dr. Hill for breaking out that little bit of knowledge for us. I say a little bit, but that's just a colloquial term. Y'all know what I mean. For breaking out some knowledge, because that's what we need today to empower ourselves. We have to get away from the man system, because the man system is always designed to relegate us to a landing level of functional living. That's not us, y'all. That's not us. And sons and daughters of the sun.
No. Little man. No. Sir. Little man. No. That is not a toy. Huh?
You got a camera on it? The title of this event is controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
We cannot control the narrative with a defeatist mindset. That's why I wanted Dr. Hill to speak. That's why I wanted somebody to come and encourage us to reconnect us to our cultural values. This is information, this is power that we must have as we go forward. We cannot continue to go along the course that we have been going. Now I want to offer an opportunity for